is your First Alert 5 weather with Alan Rose.
And cold morning temperatures, the name of the game earlier today in southern Colorado. Take a look at the Almanac page, starting out at 8 degrees in Pueblo, well below the average, and 10 this morning in the Springs. Fortunately, both areas, as expected, warmed up nicely because of this dry air mass, topping out at 59 in both spots. Now tonight we are watching generally clear skies, so still seeing this very dry air mass in place here across the Centennial State. But look what's lurking off to the northwest. This developing system here across the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies is making a move towards southern Colorado tonight, and it's going to trigger a cold front that brings in some big changes to the area by as early as tomorrow morning. So brace yourself for that. We were looking at a case of weather whiplash here in the short-term forecast. Tonight, temperatures continuing to cool now down to the upper 30s at the 6 o'clock hour. Humidity still very low at 18%. Pueblo, after topping out at 59 today, right now checking in at 41. So here is this weather system, sort of a complex feature. We have two pieces of energy at least that look to rotate down into the southern Rockies, desert Southwest, and while it's certain that we'll see some colder air and some gusty winds, what's a little bit uncertain at this point, a little fuzzy if you will, is how much moisture will accompany this series of low pressure systems. So let's start out with the wind. This is something that we do think we'll see develop overnight and into tomorrow morning. And it looks like tomorrow morning around 8, strongest here towards Lyman and Kit Carson. Then as the front continues to sag into southern parts of Colorado, that wind will extend to the south. And gusts, generally speaking, tomorrow through the afternoon, I think will be around 25, 35 miles per hour with some isolated gusts up maybe above 40 to 45. Now moisture not going to be really overly abundant with this system. In fact, most of the snow that comes in, I think by Tuesday, shows up across the Palmer Divide. That strong north wind will be a snow eating effect. So generally south into the Springs and Pueblo might not see much with this first round, but the model does show some heading into Tuesday night. And also more snow expected down towards southern parts of the state on the northern slopes of the Raton Mesa and in and around the mountain areas. Then it looks like a second wave of moisture wants to move in, and this is an updated model which is a little bit snowier than what I showed you tonight at 4 and 5. This one also favors the Palmer Divide, the Denver area, and the Pikes Peak region and mountain areas with some snow, but not expecting a lot, not going to be a big snow blast. Not a widespread event either, but I think we'll see anywhere between maybe a light dusting and 2 inches in the Springs, higher amounts up across northern parts of town, 2 to 4 for La Veta. Generally not going to see accumulation out there towards Alamosa in the San Luis Valley, and less than an inch expected for Canyon City out west towards Salida. Lows tonight with the downslope wind ahead of the storm are going to be a little more mild than what we saw last night, generally dropping down to the 20s. And your highs tomorrow, we start to feel that big blast of cold air. 34 for Monument, 46 in Pueblo, and 40 in the Springs. We'll call it windy and cold with some afternoon to evening snow showers. Cold and unsettled Wednesday. Look at the high there, only 28 degrees, and then a few nights with lows down to the teens. Warming up nicely though as we head towards the weekend. For Pueblo, windy and chilly on Tuesday with maybe some spotty snow flurries. Better chance here, I think, on Wednesday, but again, not expecting much. It'll be less than an inch at most in Pueblo. PM snow showers, Canyon City, that lingers into early Wednesday with highs dropping through the low 30s on Wednesday and only staying in the upper 30s on Thursday. And for Woodland Park, highs here in the low 30s on Tuesday, but only around 21 degrees on Wednesday. Very cold mornings to follow before we see some warmer air by the weekend.